Gather round the flickering candlelight and prepare to cross the veil. Each week on the Boostifer Séance, your ghostly guides, Mrs. and Mr. Boo, summon a chilling new tale from the other side. From haunted mansions and cursed forests to restless spirits with unfinished business, this spectral duo dives deep into spine-tingling ghost stories that will haunt your dreams. Whether it's a forgotten legend or a real-life haunting, no story is too eerie for the Boos to conjure. So light a candle, clutch your blanket tight, and dare to join the seance, because once you listen, something might just follow you home. Enter, if you dare.
Hello. Oh,
Hello, hello.
man. Oh, man. Welcome to episode 5 of the Booster for Seance. We will be doing today on my hometown. Well, not my hometown, my home state, New Jersey. We'll be doing the Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil. Oh god, are you ready to see that face? Already know it is going to be a show.
I warned you all at the beginning. There's going to be things that we don't agree on, and I think we might be swapping roles on this one tonight.
All right. Oh man, let me show you guys what Mr. Boo has. Oh, it's a lovely picture of what we're looking at today. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you. But for those of you who would be listening on Spotify, um, this is the Jersey Devil.
Technology and things.
Well, for those of you listening on Spotify or listening to us and just not watching, um, this is what the Jersey Devil looks like to some. We're not 100% sure. But we'll start it off with the best part. I know everyone loves this part, Mr. Boo, with your lovely synopsis.
If I have to. So, this comes from the Atlantic County, New Jersey website. And it's pretty long, so I'm just going to read the main parts and then we'll save the stories for the talk. It says Jersey Devil, fact or fiction. The story of the Jersey Devil is an authentic folk legend. It is as varied as the number of people who claim to have seen or heard him. For over 250 years, tales have circulated about the nocturnal ramblings of a creature emerging from the midst of a lonely, desolate marsh. As interest in the supernatural has grown, tales of the Jersey Devil have grown to blend folk belief with South Jersey history. This research was conducted by Carl Johnson and David Munn of the Atlantic County Library. The Devil in the Pines. To understand the legend of the Jersey Devil, you must first understand its birthplace. It is a remote region, extending 1,700 square miles across southeastern New Jersey. It is actually a giant aquifer with dense stands of white cedar. Inside, the air is calm, still, and cool, and the shadows are heavy. The cedar stands throughout the swamp stain and the streams red with tannin. One area of stunned trees is called the Pygmy Forest. While many consider it a barren wilderness, 27 varieties of orchids grow there. In the early days, travel was difficult for the cedar swamps, were great obstacles. Some roads are old Indian trails, others are old stagecoach roads. Some roads are paved, others are sandy. Roads lead to places named Hog Wallow, Double Trouble, Suey Place, and Mary Ann Furnace. These names date back to the colonial times when settlers first came to New Jersey. The birthplace of the Jersey Devil is called the Pine Barrens. The Devil's Origins. One of the most famous stories tells of a place called Leeds Point. On a stormy night in 1735, a Quaker woman gave birth to a child during a thunderstorm. The room flickered with candlelight. The wind howled. Some believed her to be a sorceress. The impoverished woman, known as Mother Leeds, was believed to have many other children, as many as 12. Some say the child was born deformed. Some say she cursed the child because of her dire straits. Other accounts say the child was born normal and took on odd characteristics later. Characteristics such as an elongated body, winged shoulders, a large horse-like head, cloven feet, and a thick tail. According to legend, the child was confined until it made its escape, either out of the cellar door or up the chimney, and the Jersey Devil had been born. Another story tells of a young Leeds Point girl who had fallen in love with a British soldier. The British had come to the region because of the iron furnaces at Bastow were supplying the privateers. In 1778, the British engaged the Americans at the Battle of Chestnut Neck. The townsfolk opposed the match, calling her liaison an act of treason. They cursed the girl. According to legend, when she later gave birth to a child, it became known as the Leeds Devil. A variation on the tale tells of a young woman who encounters a passing gypsy begging for food. She was frightened and refused. The gypsy cursed her for her refusal. Years later, in 1850, with the curse forgotten, when the girl gave birth to her first child, a male, he became a devil and fled into the woods. Another famous version. In October of 1830, a resident of Vienna, New Jersey, a Mr. John Valet, was entertaining his child with a mask he had made, a mask of a monstrous face. It became a yearly tradition when it was adopted by the local townsmen. Its popularity grew and was repeated late in October as parents and children alike put on scary faces and costumes. Tales of the devil's exploits abound. He has taken on a variety of forms. Because of the devil, crops have failed, cows stopped giving milk, and droughts ensued. He blew the tops off trees and boiled streams. He was blamed for the loss of all livestock. Some believe the devil appeared every 7 years. Others said he was foreshadowed disaster and foretold of war. Prominent citizens or government officials were among many who had witnessed sightings of the creature. They included businessmen, postal officials, and a policeman who had seen or heard the creature and saw his tracks left in the snow. This marks the beginning of the change from local folklore to the devil's presence in regional culture. Commodore Stephen Decatur, I can't say that word, was an American naval hero in the early 19th century. According to legend, he visited the Hanover Mill to inspect his cannonballs being forged. While there, he visited a firing range and sighted a flying creature flapping its wings. He fired a cannonball directly upon it. It had no effect and the creature flew away. Joseph Bonaparte, the brother of Napoleon Bonaparte and former King of Spain, was reported to have seen the devil. The incident took place in Bordenton, New Jersey, while he was game hunting in the nearby woods. The infamous Captain Kidd is reputed to have buried treasure in Barnegat Bay. Legend has it he beheaded one of his men to guard forever his buried treasure. Accounts claim the headless pirate and the Jersey Devil became friends and were seen in the evenings walking along the Atlantic and in nearby marshlands. In Clayton, New Jersey, the devil was chased by a posse to the edge of a wooded area. The devil fled into the woods. The posse, afraid to pursue him, halted and declared, "If you're the devil, you will rattle your chains." The devil's taste varies. He was seen cavorting at the sea with a mermaid in 1870. He is reputed to have a ham and egg breakfast with a Republican, Judge French. But the devil is not known to have specific political leanings. The devil's sightings have covered great geographical distances, from Bridgeton to Haddonfield in 1859, to the New York border in 1899, and from Gloucester City to Trenton in 1909. Until this time, tales of the devil were passed by word of mouth. However, published police and newspaper accounts during a famous week in the January of 1909 took the story of the devil from folk belief to authentic folk legend. 30 different sightings in 1 week period told of the devil sailing across the Delaware River to Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Newspaper articles created a near panic in the region. After the 1909 appearances, the scientific community was asked for possible explanations. Reportedly, science professors from Philadelphia and experts from the Smithsonian Institute thought the devil to be a prehistoric creature from the Jurassic period. Had the creature survived in nearby limestone caves? Was it a pterodactyl or a paleosaurus? New York scientists thought it to be a marsupial carnivore. Was it an extinct physiopede? However, the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia could not locate any record of a living of dead species resembling the Jersey Devil. The search was on. Superintendent Robert D. Carson of the Philadelphia Zoo offered a $10,000 reward for the devil's capture. The reward remains uncollected to this day. Animal trainers at the Ark Street Museum in Philadelphia had their own idea. For publicity purposes, they created a devil from a kangaroo painted with green stripes, adding a set of false wings. A later theory was the creature a sandy hill crane. The crane stands 4 feet high and is about 15 pounds. It has up to an 80-inch wingspan. Its ferocity when cornered is well documented, and it gyrates when flying. The devil's form has been suggested to be blending of human and devil, as are Gothic gargoyles. Devil lore began in the region about 1735, shortly after Ben Franklin's fictitious story in the Pennsylvania Gazette about a Burlington County witchcraft trial. Early folk belief was often at odds with religious or scientific doctrine. The farther north you go in New Jersey, the more benevolent the stories of the devil become. In fact, the devil had not been known to harm anyone or break any local ordinances. Servicemen from the Vietnam War era have said the devil is an anti-war symbol. Comparisons have been made between the devil, the Loch Ness Monster, and the abominable snowman. In 1973, he gained nationwide attention after a feature film was made entitled The Legend of Boggy Hollow. In 1996, it was reported that Berlin-based comics had created a character, JD, based on the Jersey Devil, who protects the environment and searches for truth. Since the early industrial days of iron ore, southern New Jersey has seen some remarkable activity. Glass and paper manufacturing have expanded. Military complexes have been developed at McGuire Air Force Base and Fort Dix. Atlantic City and the Jersey Shore have become prominent resort communities. This growth and development, coupled with the emergence of a well-lit highway stream, have caused the devil's appearance to be less frequent. But the legend of the Jersey Devil will not die. He has been exorcised, electrocuted, shot, incinerated, declared officially dead, and declared officially foolish. In 1939, the New Jersey Devil was reportedly named the official state demon. Walter Edge, twice governor of the state, was quoted as saying, "When I was a boy, I was never threatened with the boogeyman. We were threatened with the Jersey Devil, morning, noon, and night." Periodic sightings and theories will probably continue for generations to come, or at least until the Jersey Devil emerges from the mist of the Pine Barrens himself to tell us his own story. There you go.
Well done. Well done. Well done. All right, so I want to start this by saying the Galloway Township is not the biggest municipality in New Jersey. It is the Newark Township. Newark. All right. Just want to.
So who claimed the Galloway? Where did you read that?
That's where that the Galloway Township is where the Pine Barrens is.
Right, but you told me earlier that they were claiming to be like who said they were the largest?
The mayor of the Galloway Township.
It's like me saying the town of Fort Mill is the best town where I live.
Exactly. So I just want to I would want to say it's not true. He awarded that award to himself. So if you hear someone say that it is not true, Google is literally at your fingertips. Just say.
Okay, before we dive into this,
All right.
I have to give a warning.
Oh God.
Are you ready?
What happens if I say no? I'm ready.
I'm gonna say it anyway.
I'm ready.
I am married to someone from this state. I love her to death. But if you are a Yankee, you may or may not be offended in the next hour. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh man, this guy. So I'm gonna go into um all of this started in 1735 because they believe Deborah Leeds. Oh,
The Jersey Devil heard us. He came and stole our internet.
refresh.
Sorry, Twitch. Sorry, Twitch. We're, you know,
If you're watching this
working
on
on.
Twitch, you're watching it unedited, and Mr. Boo hasn't polished it yet. Oh,
So apparently, someone from New Jersey works at our internet company, and they heard that and just said, "No, pull the plug."
yeah, pull it. We got a Jersey hater. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Back to your lovely scheduled program. But apparently, this started all in 1735 with Miss Deborah Leeds not leaving her bed and having 13 kids. The last one, as everyone knows, 13 is apparently an unholy number, terrible number. We won't get into that. 13's bad luck. But the last one was born. The last one was born in 1735, but was no normal baby. Appeared to be a demon with hooves, bat wings, and a horse head, and had a high pitch scream, leaving people completely horrified. I mean, I would too. You're screaming at me like what? Um. So yeah, then you have the first official person to have been noted to see the said Jersey Devil is Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's lovely brother. Fled to the United States when his brother surrendered. He ended up in the New Jersey Pine Barrens in 1820 when he saw the New Jersey Devil in person. Then nothing for about 20 years between that. Um, 20 years later, some mysterious force suddenly and brutally killed various livestock overnight. They can't confirm it, but some believed the New Jersey Devil did it just because um, it looked like hooves. And I guess I don't know why I think that looks like a hoof, but yeah. And then in the 1900s is when they started to seem like a lot more incidents. So there was more attacks on livestock, property, and then people actually started to get attacked. And then the first one in the 1900s was 1909. The Navy commander Stephen Decanter, or Decantor.
It's like Decatur or whatever,
Yeah,
however you
Deca.
say it from Louisiana.
No, he's from New Jersey.
I know, but it's not a New Jersey name.
um, he was testing cannonballs. The commander was testing cannonballs and saw a figure that didn't look human and didn't respond to him. So he did what any American would do and he shot it with a cannonball. He ended up getting a massive hole in the side of the beast, but it didn't flinch. It just rushed off into the woods. Um, so yeah, he just started blasting. And it's funny because I read like the article and it was like he did what any American did and just shot it. Like I don't know what you are, but um oh, around that same time, the state had shut down the Pine Barrens. It basically shut it down. Like you can't really shut down the woods. I mean, it's the fucking woods. Can't just put one giant rope around the woods and be like, all right, you can't pass this line. Um, but the state did whatever they did, waved their magic wand, said, "Look, don't pass this, don't pass this dotted line," and ordered children to stay inside. And it told the adults that, hey, if you hatch, capture, kill, or do whatever you want to the Jersey Devil, you get $10,000. Um, but it looked like nobody was doing it. Nobody was hunting the devil down, and so the police tried to use bloodhounds, because they found tracks, like hoof tracks, and the bloodhounds would smell it and try to track it, but they were like the actual bloodhounds refused to go after him. I mean, I fucking wouldn't. I'd be like, peace out,
Refused,
buddy.
or they were like, "Hey, man, there's nothing out here. We're just going home."
No, they refused. They said they were scared. Yeah. So then sightings faded between 1910s and the roaring 20s until 1927. A taxi driver was driving um from Salama City, blew out a tire, but luckily he had a spare cuz we keep spares, guys. We keep spares. But as he was finishing the tire, he saw something out in the forest. He quickly got into the cab and began to flee because I mean, if I see something standing in the woods, I'm piecing out. You know what? I might not even stop if I get a flat and I'm in the woods and it's nighttime. I might just keep on rolling. Yeah, I might just keep on rolling. That was mistake number one. He dumb. Um, but he went to fly away. But then he allegedly reports that the devil flew right towards him and pounded on the roof of his car and roof of the cab and just left. Um, After that, there was really no other sightings until like 1960 when it sparked back up and the bounty was raised from 10,000 in 1909 to 250,000 and still has never been caught to this day. But they have shown pictures. People have taken pretty good pictures that make me believe I don't want to fuck with this dude. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm from New Jersey. I'm a Puerto Rican descent. I have a white side of my family as well. But I've asked because we're from North Jersey, and I've asked my mom and my Hispanic family, and they don't know who the Jersey Devil is. So it's not really a Northern Jersey thing. It's more of like I would say more of like Philly and
South Jersey,
yeah,
Sopranos.
yeah, lovely South Jersey. We love them down there. They're great. They're great. All right, Mr. Blue. Let's hear the doubt. What do you got?
All right. So I'm going to remind our viewers, our listeners, that there is a mature content warning on this stream. This story is bullshit.
Whoa, whoa. This is
Mr. Boo's about to get animated over here.
all right. Get. You got 2 seconds.
So I have done my usual researching and things like that. And to say the nicest thing I can is I am very underwhelmed with this story. I wanted there to be something here, but I feel like there is out of everything we've done so far, I feel like this story has the most speculation out of everything, even more than the aliens. This reminds me of if you watched the Rougarou episode or listened, and you watched the Twitch stream afterwards. We shared a video from one of the local towns near us of a local interviewing on the news about a sighting, and this story fits that almost to a T in the way these people describe this. So the first thing I do is I go to YouTube and I search, just general search for whatever our topic is, and I try to pull up usually documentaries and stuff like that. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm going to tell you what I watched. And now I'm probably not going to be able to find it. I found it. So there's a video on YouTube from 8 months ago, which I was very surprised to see. If you go on YouTube, there is a constant, this is a very current topic right now. Most of the stuff we have covered is like the last story done on it or whatever was years ago. I mean, there's videos on here from a year ago to 8 months ago to last month to this month. Like, it's still a very attentive topic. So the video I watched, if you want to take the time to go over there and watch it, it's called Hunt for the Jersey Devil, and it is by Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan. And I was 100% clickbaited because I thought it was a news channel. It is not. It reminds me very much of a Ghost Adventures type thing. And it is 22 minutes long. It has 1.1 million views, and nothing on the guy that does it. I think his name is Andrew. But this was very weird. So there were none of the townspeople wanted to talk about it when he went there. They did some Bigfoot hooting and hollering in the woods, trying to get. They brought freaking goat blood in the woods with them and sprayed it on a tree and tried to get the devil to perch on the tree. And he went to the home site. Now, we're not ghost hunters, but I love ghost hunting, ghost exploring, whatever the heck you want to call it. They go to the home site, they find the chimney that the Jersey Devil supposedly escaped from. And what does he do? He takes a brick from the chimney with him. And the locals are like, bro, no. Like, leave the brick. No, that's not a good. No, I'm taking it with me, man. Like, and everybody's like, no, this isn't a good idea. Takes it anyway. So they take this brick into the woods to holler at the devil. And they're all, even the people that are with him are like, this is like, I don't know if we should be doing this. Like, this could be bad. So in that video, there's a lot of interaction with the locals. All of the stories are very rudimentary, very storytelly. You can just get that vibe. So I quickly am like, okay, this is not. I mean, there's hundreds of videos. I just maybe clicked on the wrong one. Every topic we're ever going to explore has that video of just not what we're looking for. So then where do I go? I go to the History Channel. I'm like, whoa, the History Channel's done a special on this. Like, we're talking about national flipping paid programming television has covered this story recently because I believe the History Channel, let's see, covered this a year ago. I mean, that for it being a History Channel episode and it only being a year old, this is recent. Um, and it's called Monster Quest, which I've never heard of this it's the History Channel, has all their different programs like, you know, Oak Island, the Gold Finders and Treasure Hunters. Well, this is one of their things and it's called Monster Quest and they go after like, folklore stories, monsters, ghosts, things like that. There is a woman in the show that literally so did you research the part of the thing that washed up on the beach?
I did not. I did
Okay.
not.
So in this video, right, the Pine Barrens is it's against the ocean. It's on the coastline of New Jersey. And two important parts of this show cover this, like, I don't know how to explain it. So there's two important things. One, off the shore of the Pine Barrens, there is a research facility. I'm gonna pull the name up. Bear with me. Bear with me. Anyway, so in there they talk about there's like a uh, military research facility that's off the coast of the Pine Barrens. It's an island, and on this island there are scientists and labs and buildings, and they supposedly for the United States government Department of Defense, which is weird to me when I was in the military and there's still red flags that are flying off here. And there's a military Department of Defense based research facility that supposedly only researches um like livestock, so horses, cattle, goats, sheep, and it is specifically to like research diseases that get involved with livestock. So like hand, foot, or foot and mouth disease, mad cow disease, stuff like that. So the story goes, I think it was like 2004, 2007, on the shore of the Pine Barrens, a creature floats up. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for Miss Boo here. So Miss Boo, search. It's called the Montauk Monster. Montauk monster. Let's see if we get a picture of that up. There's like a real creature on the sand.
Oh, it's cute. It's such a cutie, guys. Make it bigger. Oh, look at that thing.
So this is the thing that washes up on the shore of the Pine Barrens.
It's so cute.
And the speculation was immediately oh my God, this thing floated over from the island. And this is what they've got in cages in the island. And oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Kind of looks like man bear pig.
So the place is called the Plum Island Animal Disease Center. And they thought this bestioid type creature washed up from the island. The island is only like a mile offshore. Turns out, so immediately what happens? People want to go talk to the research facility, right? The research facility is an unoccupied island at this point. They are still conducting research in the labs, but they're like, oh yeah, we don't do any cameras or recording over here. Okay. But then he agrees to an interview. The director, the scientist that's over the research facility, agrees to an interview. In the interview, he proceeds to tell the news channel, or History Channel, we don't do anything secret in this building. Nothing secret over here. Okay, well, just 5 minutes ago, you told us we can't bring cameras in here, but there's nothing secret going on. So something secret's going on because you don't want people to see what you're doing. Whether it's monster related or disease related, it's secret, right? So this was a big part of the History Channel thing. And I thought this was pretty informative that existed. That kind of adds a little bit to the facade of like maybe the way back history from the 1700s was a way to justify where the monster came, but what if this monster really came from this research facility? This is also a myth. So the creature that you just showed is a dog. It is apparently either a boxer or a pit bull. They said if you look at the bottom jaw of the skull in the image that was taken, the bottom jaw on boxers can overlap the top jaw, so they have an underbite. And they showed a picture of the skull. It was legit. So they supposedly denounced this as a dog that had died and had either drowned and had been in the water so long. So yeah, so you can see at the bottom down there of his bottom jaw, it extends out, and the boxer has a long snout, and you're seeing a lot of bone structure there. You're not seeing the fat and the skin, but that's what they say, is that it's a dog. So anyway, they denounced that. But what got me curious about the lady who took the pictures, she specifically says in the History Channel interview that I did not release my pictures because it was not worth anything at the time. Those are her words. She said it wasn't worth anything at the time, so I didn't release them originally until the story took off and I released them when it was worth it. What are we showing here? Skeleton of a boxer or pit bull. Look at the ears. Look at the ears.
Ain't no way.
What do you mean? Ain't no way. What do you think it is?
It's some type of monster from like
my
I
God.
don't know, maybe like Area 51 type deal. It ain't no dog.
It's a dog, bro. Look at it. It's a dog. It's like a pit mix.
It's like a man bear pig. That's not a dog.
You're freaked out because there's no skin on the damn thing.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyway, regardless of that, the lady specifically says she didn't release it because there wasn't any money in it. So then the History Channel, in all their glory, says, you know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to go out and hire 100 people. We're going to get... Okay, hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit first. First thing we're going to do is go hire 3 retired NYPD detectives. And in case you didn't know, that's New York Police Department. That's how the History Channel explains it. These dudes roll up to the Winkleman family house. Suits, gold rings. If there was anything that got drug out of New York or New Jersey, it was these three dudes. And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna start with an open mind. First thing I want to do is a polygraph." Okay, so we're starting off with detective means of determining if this is the truth or not. I get it. You want to do a polygraph? It seems a little excessive to me. But he's like, I'm going to use my investigative skills I learned 30 years on the job in NYPD, and I'm going to determine if this thing is real. Spoiler alert, he didn't. Are these the dudes?
Oh.
Or are these just random guys?
They're just random guys, is what I imagined.
Hold on.
And I just imagine do 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 do. I don't know, what is it, CSI Miami type music? Not the same area, but you know.
Okay, I thought I could find a picture, but I can't. But anyway, I mean, he looks like I mean, I guess when they did this, like they aired it like a year ago, but the dude looks like he crawled out of like an episode of Cops from 1994. He's got the slick back hair, the gold chain, the suit, but no badge because he's retired now. Anyway, so they get these guys involved first, and they want to see, and the History Channel covers the story of the Winkleman family, which encountered a large dark creature in the trees around their yard. So, mom and 11-year-old son go outside around Christmas time to unplug some Christmas lights at like 11 o'clock at night. She reaches down to unplug the Christmas lights from the pole and looks at her 11-year-old son, and he is like in utter shock and staring in the trees. She looks up, sees this like 6 foot tall, man like 400-pound winged creature, immediately grabs his son, takes off running back towards the house. They hear the creature fly over the top of them and land on the roof. And then the creature's like running down the roof while they're getting in the house. Husband comes out the next morning and it was snowy when this happened, and there's footprints on the roof, which is the most factual thing I have found in this case. So the footprints in the police report state that they're 6 inches long. I mean, my 6 inch, average size, whatever, but they're 6 inches long. And would you look at me like that for? Is 6 inches not your average? So they're 6 inches long and they're a 4 foot span. Now I gotta admit, that's not a usual thing that's gonna land on your roof. A 6 inch print and 4 feet between each footprint. So there's pictures online. We'll post them probably on the what is it called? What's that thing called we got? The Patreon. We'll pay. I'll post some of the research I did on this one in the Patreon. If you guys want to go over there, you can become a member of the Patreon, and we're going to start sharing our background, more of the research we do during the week, so that you guys. But Miss Boo's going to show it anyway. So these footprints are supposedly, according to the police report, 6 inches. You can put it back up. Okay, 6 inches and 4 feet apart. Now, the picture the detective said was a horrible picture, because right there, that doesn't look like a 6 inch footprint and 4 feet apart. That looks more like a 3 or 4 inch footprint, and they're like a foot or two apart. But supposedly, the detectives on scene said that is not the same picture that's on the ground. Um, that's the one that they shared in the History Channel right there. So, um, they hired I forget what it's called when you're a bird expert, but some bird dude that knows a lot about birds. And he came in and said that he thought it was an owl. Now, if you know anything about owls, owls can have like, I forget, the biggest owl in the United States can have like a 6 foot freaking wingspan. This thing is huge. So what he thought was happening was that the owl was hopping because of the snow, which apparently is something they do. Um, what is that?
That's an owl footprint. I don't know how they
Well,
think a
it's
hoof.
consistent if you go back. So you're looking at a 3-toe pattern. So we're not far off there. And if you know anything about snow, when you step into snow, it's a bigger footprint than what your footprint really is. And if you're talking about an owl that's got a 6 foot freaking wingspan, the thing's heavy. So regardless, I'm not even arguing that point. I don't. They couldn't tell where the footprints came from or how they got there or what they were. So getting back to my exciting History Channel recap, these fools hire like 100 people, and they hire a hunter to lead all of them. So these guys go out to the whatever, and what is it called?
Barrens, Pine
The
Barrens.
Pine Barrens, and they get there, they all meet up, they get these 4-wheel drive vans at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun's out, 100%. And they're like, what we're gonna do, we're gonna send like 30 of y'all in the woods. You're gonna climb the trees, get in deer stands. The other 70 of us are gonna split up into teams and we're gonna walk the woods and we're gonna push the devil out. Bro. Bro. Really? This is what we're doing. Like, middle of the day, we're just gonna go hunt this thing down. It's probably just sitting in a tree somewhere, and we're gonna like wrestle it. I don't know.
I would have been like, I'm heading out. I gotta head out. I'm sorry. Work called. I don't know.
So they get in there, they start walking through the woods, like doing like a fod walk type thing, and there's deer running, there's squirrels jumping. No guns. They didn't have any guns, which is like, what were you gonna do? Like, they were trying to document it on video, and needless to say, they walked the entire woods, and you know what they found? You see that right there? You see that? Zip. Nothing. So, where'd the thing go?
Probably hibernating. I mean, like, let it rest. Like, y'all keep poking the bear. It's gonna come out and wipe out. It's kind of like Jeepers Creepers, which is based also in New Jersey. Kind of like Jeepers Creepers. It comes out only during the spring.
But that ain't the story.
It could be. They might be one and the same. We don't know. So keep poking the bear, New Jersey. Keep poking the bear, and it might poke back.
Anyway, I there's way too much speculation. They can't even agree what the freaking thing looks like. We're the one doctor dude from the school from Rutgers is like, yeah, it's a hooved biped with a head like a horse, bat wings, a lizard tail, and the stomach of a man. And that's what come out of her vajayjay.
Yes. After the
13th, a 6 foot tall bro with wings during the time when they didn't have no epidurals. Yeah, she'd be dead, bro.
Nobody said she was. They said she was a witch.
That's one story.
She was the Wicked Witch of the West, bro.
The other one is they popped out. The baby pops out there, and like it just poof, it turns into this freaking centaur from Harry Potter, like what? Then takes off through the fireplace.
All right, look. After 12 kids, the 13th kid just kind of fell out. There was no need for epidurals at that point.
I mean, I get fallout. We talking about like a 7, 8 pound, 9 pound, 10 pound baby. Okay, that thing just. But a 6 foot man.
He had to grow. They put him in the little cage till he broke out. So he grew to be what he is.
Okay, what else you got? Because I'm not convinced. The world is working against you here.
That
And I'm gonna
was
tell you what, you were correct. Listening to all you Yankees talk on them damn videos, y'all think we talk bad. Y'all don't even use R's. Like the R don't even exist in y'all's alphabet. So every R is an A. Oh, did you see the guy that I was talking about first, the Andrew guy? There's these two brothers. They from wherever, whatever that town is, Leeds Point or whatever. They done saw the thing. And they talk just like they done saw the thing. They were on a dead end road for no reason one night. Not a night, like evening. It was like 5 p.m. It was like dinner time. And they were like, "Hey, y'all see that road right there? Let's drive down it." And then they go, "Oh, look over there in the woods. I took a picture and there's a face of a screaming girl." And they take a little marker and they circle on the picture some trees. And they're like, "You see it? You see it?" And even the dude from the podcast is like, sure, yeah. Well, what were y'all doing down here? Oh, dead end road. We just figured we'd turn down here, you know."
I mean, people do it down our dead end road all the time.
Yeah, because they're trying to cut corners. You don't turn down a dirt road in South Carolina and go, "Oh, let's just go look down here," because usually it doesn't end up well for you. You might find the Jersey Devil, but it might be Billy Bob from the corner.
I don't know. I grew up in a Hispanic household. We didn't really have the Jersey Devil. Like this probably I've heard of them, but I've never been told the stories till, or actually really looked into the stories till today. But we did hear a lot, like in New Jersey, Bonaparte is a very big guy. I think he has a statue somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty. I'm pretty sure Joseph Bonaparte has a statue somewhere in New Jersey. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If I am, comment. Just let me know I'm wrong. I actually don't let me know I'm wrong. Don't do it.
I'm not doing it because then I'll get in trouble.
Don't let me know I'm wrong. Just say, "Yep, Miss Boo, you're so right." If there's not a statue, put a statue up. Cause don't tell me I'm wrong. All right. But no, there's just I mean, it's really. I guess the Jersey Devil's been stagnant. I guess since being alive since 1735, it kind of got bored. I mean, if I was him, I would have left Jersey at this point. I mean, I did.
So I'm gonna correct myself. It is not the Department of Defense that owns or is in charge of Plum Island. It's
Area 51.
Homeland Security, which still doesn't make any sense.
Say people.
It
Say
says
people own
since
Area 51.
1954, the Plum Island Animal Disease Center has served as the nation's premier defense against accidental or intentional introduction of transboundary animal diseases, highly transmissible diseases of livestock and other animals, including foot and mouth, African swine fever, and other diseases that can significantly affect food security, trade, and the economy. These diseases are not transmissible between animals and humans. But I personally would like to hear more about this because you've got a government. I mean, this is like textbook conspiracy theory. You've got a government agency that owns an island that doesn't want any recording. This is like the closest thing anybody's going to get to Area 51. And I'm surprised that there's not more stories around this freaking thing. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Vernon. I know what you mean. But he's been, I don't know, he's been kind of dormant. Um, so there's not much. There's not much. But it wasn't. I mean, as someone from New Jersey, it was a tough ones to pick. But I know the Jersey Devil was one of the popular ones in New Jersey. But I would love to hit um one a little bit closer to my side to North Jersey because South Jersey. Woo! But yeah, they're. I mean, you tell me what you believe. You believe the Jersey Devil exists? I mean, I believe that it exists, but there's just, I mean, he needs to come out and, I mean, I don't know, let some people make a podcast. He needs to, you know what, Jersey Devil, I would be honored to have you on my podcast. Um, we could sit, talk. I don't know if you talk, but
So, since we have a few more minutes to go, I love diving into Reddit. So here's a Reddit story. It says, so this isn't my story, but my dad's story. He says he saw the Jersey Devil around 1980, 1984 as a teenager. He used to stay out of his house really often, and a day where he was chilling outside his house like any other day, he saw a strange but incredibly tall creature with a dog head, a horse body, wings that make an incredibly loud sound, goat legs, and dog like hands flying. He ran to his house really fast and obviously scared. He told my grandma and uncles, but they thought he was high or something and actually ended up spanking him for lying. Years after that, my uncles also saw the creature and also ran scared. They even said sorry to my dad after that. My dad never really searched what that thing was, but I did, and the result seemed to be very similar to the Jersey Devil. So this was actually, people are commenting on it. They think it, because they're from Mexico, and they think she thinks it's the same thing, but I think that could have been an El Chupacabra. But anyway, that was a
the Chupacabra would be another good one to do. Uh, but I don't know. I don't know. A Chupacabra would be a good one. Um, but obviously we would like some comments. You can comment in the Discord. You can comment on YouTube. You can comment. I don't know if you can comment on the Patreon. Maybe you can.
no, but you can donate.
Yeah, but you can donate with a comment. um, if you follow the Facebook page, you can comment on the Facebook page. If you follow on Twitter, you can comment on the Twitter of what story you want us to do. And if you have your own experiences with that said story you want us to do, comment them. I mean, we'll be glad to tell them on the podcast and maybe shout you out so you'll hear your lovely name on the podcast. I did try to get my parents or my family in New Jersey did comment in, and it didn't go anywhere. So it's not. I guess the Jersey Devil's not as big of a thing in North Jersey.
I will concede you one fact, though.
All right, give me that fact.
One thing I learned about the Jersey Devil is that like many other folklore, people from New Jersey don't like talking about it. And not saying that your family's hiding anything, but from the videos that I have watched, there were people that were asked, like, hey, do you know what the Jersey Devil is? And just clearly were like, no, no. And I'm going to go now, but no, never heard of it. So, not saying your family's that way, but I feel like there's probably people out there who have decided that they're not going to discuss it, which could account for why there's not much for us to find out on it.
That is true. They might be like the what is it called, the Rougarou, and don't
The
want it to
Rougarou.
spread. And don't want it to spread any further. Or somebody finally caught the Jersey Devil, or the Jersey Devil has a lovely family somewhere in the Jersey Shore.
Eating boudin.
Oh, but yeah, we would love to know. It could be a viewer submission. I believe next week. Yes, if we
I think next episode is going to be Jeepers Woods.
Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get them beavers? I love me some Jeepers Creepers, so I guess we're staying in New Jersey.
Is that Jersey?
Yep, I'll verify, but yes, I
No,
believe.
I don't think it is. I don't think Jeepers Woods is. That's the one from my friend, or our friend, I guess.
Dang, I'm losing friends, man. Is it Jeepers Wisdom? I'd have to look into. But yeah. Oh man. But I appreciate you guys for being here. We made it to episode 5, which is mean we've done this for 5 weeks, and you guys are continuing, yes, continuing to show up and be here, and it means a lot. I mean, whether you like hearing us yap or you just like the story behind it, or both. I mean, or you just like to come and listen to Mr. Boo's voice. I mean,
My storytelling is top tier.
yeah, I would understand because that's why I think that's why a lot of people. Um, but uh, but I love it. I love it. I love you guys.
And thank you guys for bearing with us through the technical changes. I know hopefully this episode was a little bit better. We've done some changes, some improvements, some different things to try to make our audio better for you all and make this podcast just more enjoyable. Um, I appreciate any of the constructive feedback that I have received from friends, family, and other listeners. Um, we are trying our best to make this improve with every episode. Um, but yeah, so hopefully this one was a little bit better for you, and the ones coming just get better every time. And we look forward to doing your stories and hearing your tales and your experiences and sharing them with everybody and kind of sharing what we like doing as well. So, yeah. So, as always,
Stay
stay
spooky.
spooky.